So dear students, in this class we are going to see the nature of organizational behavior. So organizational behavior is the study of not only the individuals but also the group behavior also. Already I have explained in the previous video. Uh, in an organization we have to work in teams, in groups. So there is a difference between the individual behavior and the team behavior. When we are working in groups, our behavior will change and employees behavior will change. So the aim of organizational behavior is to improve the uh, team behavior as well as the individual behavior. The study involves the human behavior and particularly in organizations. So the main aim of organizational behavior is to improve the effectiveness of the organization. When the organization become effective, when all the factors in the organization like mm, man, material, capital, and all the factors will be in an effective way, will be functioning in an effective way. So the main aim of improving the organizational effectiveness is to improve the efficiency of the employee. How to improve the efficiency of an employee? We have to follow the strategies, we have to follow the motivation strategies to improve the efficiency of the employee. Then OB believes that human behavior in an organization can be studied, predicted, and influenced to improve efficiency. So it is to improve the efficiency of the human behavior. So it is a not a single science. Organizational behavior is not a single science. It is from the its concepts has been taken from the various disciplines, namely psychology, sociology, social psychology, anthropology, economics. In wherever we the discipline we can see the behavioral science. So behavioral science is a mix of various sciences, various contributions we can see that. So these are all the nature of the organizational behavior. Then next we are going to see the manager, role of managers. So in many organization, the managers are in a supervisory level and they are playing a multidisciplinary role, isn't it? So here we can see the three types of role played by the managers: interpersonal, informational, and decisional. Interpersonal, I have explained the meaning of interpersonal. Interpersonal is mean by that it is a relationship between one person and another person. It is a relationship between one person and another person. It may be an employee, one employee and another employee. So he is playing an interpersonal role, and he is playing an informational role, and he is playing a decisional role. In interpersonal, he is playing a figurehead, leader, and a liaison officer. Informational roles: monitoring, disseminating, and he is a spokesperson. Decisional roles: he is an entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and a negotiator. So interpersonal role, the manager is a player. The manager plays an important role in developing the interpersonal relationship, the relationship between one employee and another employee. In this role, figurehead, so he is a team leader, he is acting as a team leader. In this role, the manager performs duties the ceremonial nature, such as attending an employee's wedding, taking the customer to lunch. So being an senior employee or being a figurehead, he has to coordinate with the employee, and he has to maintain the cordial relationship between the employees. And being a leader, he has to coordinate the department, he has to motivate the employee and give the encouragement to the employees to work in the environment. Liaison means connection. He is a liaison officer, he is a bridge, he is acting as a bridge between the management and the employees. So every information he has to pass on behalf of the management to the employees, and every information from the employees side he has to pass to the management. So the relationship between the management and the employees lies in the hands of the managers. The managers cultivates the contacts outside also. He has to maintain the relationship outside the organization and inside the organization. So that is, he is playing a liaison role. Liaison means connection. Then informational roles, how he is giving a information, he has to monitor. In this role the manager acts as a monitor, perpetually scanning the environment for the information. He has to keep eye on the liaison contacts and subordinates and receive the unsolicited information. The information we cannot expect from the management, or we cannot expect from the employee. He has to monitor the employee and he has to monitor the subordinates and report to the management. Dissemination, he has to play the dissemination role. He has to pass the information from the employee and to the management, and he has to pass the information from the management to the employee. In this role a manager acts as a disseminator by passing down privileged information to the subordinates who would otherwise has no access to it. And he is acting as a spokesperson. In this role he is acting as a spokesperson by representing the organization before various outside groups. So what is happening inside the organization, public doesn't know, isn't it? So what is happening inside the organization, he has to act as a spokesperson and tell the organization what is really happening in the organization. He has to connect with the people and acts as a spokesperson. He has to speak in public meetings, press conferences, labor unions, and various financial institutions for the purpose of seeking loan and all. He has to interact with various managers and various personalities, and he has to act with the stakeholders. He has to act as a liaison officer. He has to speak with the stakeholders for the benefit of the company. So he has to act as a spokesperson role. They have a wide influence over the organization, so the manager should coin their support by effectively managing the social impact of the organization. So decision making role, not only liaison officer, and he has as a connectivity role. He's a sometimes he has to make the decision making role also, not the policy decisions. He has to make the minor decisions in depending upon the situation. So entrepreneurial role, in this role manager acts as an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur, what decisions he has to make, he has to make with the consultation of the higher authorities. Nowadays it doesn't matter if the organization is bigger or better, it is necessary that it grows consistently. Innovation is creating new ideas which may either result in the development of the new products or services or improving upon the old ones. Based on the problem, he has to make the decisions. He has to take risk. He has to take small risk by consulting the management or without consulting the management. For the time being, he has to take the decisions fastly and perfectly. That is the role of the manager. Then disturbance, if you are seeing any conflict, any disturbance in the seeing in the department or in the workplace, in any area under his control, he has to solve the disturbance very smoothly. His work has to solve the disturbances very smoothly. He has to console the problem. He has to convince the employees and make the problem very and solve the problem very smoothly. It should come up with the solutions to any problem that arises and handle it in an orderly way, both in an orderly way and in a convincing way. So he has to act in a both roles also. So resources allocator role. So so far as the management concerned, they will be allocating the resources to various departments in a equal manner, isn't it? So the manager is the only responsibility of the department to uh, distribute the resources in between the department and distribute the and delegate the work, and he has to delegate the work to the subordinates. He has to delegate the work and authority to his subordinates, and he should report to the management what the work has been completed. The manager should plan out which subordinate will get what basis on the abilities and who will be more suited to a particular task. Then negotiator. in negotiator role, he acts as a negotiator where the management at all levels has to spend considerable time in negotiations. The president of a company may negotiate with the union leaders by about a new strike issue, or a foreman may negotiate with the workers about a grievance problem. Wherever we want, the negotiation process will be done effectively by the managers. The management will contact the approach the manager only for negotiating purpose. Wherever want, he can act as a negotiator also. So far we have seen the roles of a manager. He is playing a interpersonal, informational and a decisional role. So he has to provide information, process information and use information. Then he has to provide the feedback also to the management. So far we have seen the nature of the organizational behavior and the role of a manager. Uh, I hope this class will be useful for you. Uh, shall we see in the next class for discussing further topics? Thank you.